Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Today, we have another TalentLMS update for you, and we are here to introduce new features and improvements this summer. In fact, we have brought one of your favorite tools to integrate with. I think that you know what that is. And we can also show you ways that you can boost inclusion and get access to more detailed reports. So let's see together what TalentLMS 4.8 will bring to you now. My name is Theo. I am part of the customer education team, and our goal is to help you get an overview of Talent LMS and focus on what's new today. As always, I'm not alone. I have great company with me.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. I'm the Customer Education Manager, and I'm here to help you with this presentation and you deliver successful training. And we have one more person with us. Elizabeth is on the call. You just see her here. Elizabeth
Hi.
will be responsible for the Q&A. And you know the session is going to be recorded, so you will all get a copy once it's over.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth, and I'm part of the customer education team as well with Theo and Mary, and I'm here to help answer your questions and provide you with some useful tips as well.
Perfect. So let's get started and see what we have in store for you today. Today, we will see the improvements that we have brought in the training matrix reports, and we will see more accessibility options for video units so that way everybody can enjoy great content. And we will be able to explore in detail the new integration for conferences and instructor-led training sessions that we have promised. Of course, as the lady said before, there will be a live Q&A, so stay tuned and you will get your question answered live as we go. First of all, let's see a little bit about the training matrix, and we will definitely see that live as well, but I want to give you an overview of what has changed as we speak. The training matrix report was brought to you in the previous release, and it is a new hybrid report that will get you a quick overview of where things are right now onto your training. In fact, we have taken this to the next level basically, and we have added 3 more functions. If you can see here, there's a new button which will allow you to export the training matrix in Excel format, so you can save it and download it on your device. And we have another options button right next to that. So here you can adjust the options and create your own set of settings to see the report. And there is another new button, a tooltip here that will allow you to focus on specific users and get results in the same format as a training matrix, but focusing on a specific set of users. And I know an image doesn't do a lot, so let's jump right into the platform and see that with our own eyes. This is the admin suite, so probably you have been familiar with it by now. You're all administrators. And in the reports, let's click right away into the training matrix. This is the reports. That is a quick overview of all of the users to the left, all of the courses on the top, and you can see in white the users that have not been enrolled in those courses yet. You can see in blue the users that have been enrolled but not started the course. The orange indicates the progress of the users, and when you hover, you see the percentage. And the green ones are the ones that have completed and passed the course. But if that would be red, that would not be the not so lucky users and the ones that failed the course. So let's see what's new. This is what we gave you last time. On the top right, you can see the export in Excel button. So you can download it, you can save it on your device, you can keep track of your different training matrix reports and the way that they change over time. And in the options here, we have 3 more boxes. First of all, you can tick to see the course score. So instead of seeing the just completed buttons, you will be able to see exactly the percentage and the grade that somebody has achieved when they completed the course. And then you can see the course progress. And that is where you can replace the circles and that way of indicating the progress with directly the percentage that every user in any specific course have achieved. And then you can see the course code. And if I click on the course code, you see that there is change in the way that the courses are displayed because the course code is the way that you can label the courses. So that way, alphabetically, this is a priority and not the name. So in any case, play around with the options, and then you can see again the way that the users have engaged. For example, here, John has a couple of courses that has been enrolled, has started, but not has progressed yet. Some that have being enrolled, have started but not progressed anymore. And if these completed courses had a grade, then these courses would have the exact grade for completion as well. And then you have the new information points, the tooltip as we call it, and that is the focus button. Before I click it, I'm just going to zoom in because that will help us explore it a little bit more. So when you click on it, you can see that you can now sort users by completed, not passed, in progress, not started, not enrolled. So let's click on the in progress, and right away you can see that only the ones that are focused in progress are quite saturated in color, and the rest of the report is a little bit faded. So that way this selection would pop up a little bit more. So these are some suggestions that we have brought to the training matrix based on your feedback. So feel free to provide us as much feedback as you need, so that way we can take this even further and add more items into the training matrix report. Let's do something different now. Let's go back to the home page and let's switch to instructor, because we want to enter a course and see video units and how we can make it even more accessible and more inclusive. I'm going to go into this course, and you see here that we have added captions. It's a great way to add more videos. It's a great way to engage more with people that cannot watch the video right away. For example, we all work from home now. So imagine having your kids in the background playing and kind of shouting sometimes, or imagine being on the train and you don't have even the ability to hear your own music, let alone somebody speaking on the video. So this is where you can bring captions into the mix. So on that note, this is how you do it. You upload a video, and that works with any video that you upload in TalentLMS, and you get to the options and select show captions. There, you have the option to upload a caption file. And once you do that, this file will be selected as an option. So you have to confirm that this is the one you want to use. And I'm just going to click Save and View and pass the mic to Mary to tell us how we can explore as a learner now the captions and the video.
Actually, the learner will just need to hit the play button and the video will start playing. And if he wants to enable the captions, he needs to click on the CC button there, so we can turn on and off the captions as the video plays. So if you are working with people perhaps that have some hearing impairments, or people who are not native speakers of the language of that video, especially people that are on the go, they can all enjoy now a more inclusive and accessible learning experience. So yeah, if you want, you can turn on and off the subtitles, the captions, just click again on the CC there, and we can turn this off again.
That's great. And in fact, I would much prefer reading instead of listening a video, especially on the go. So definitely something that many people have asked. And as you got it, we listen to your feedback. One other good suggestion, and most of those suggestions in this release come from you, so keep them coming. One suggestion that we kept getting quite a lot is about the time. So I'm going to click on the account settings and show you this. In the local options, you have the option to change the time format. You might wonder why this is necessary. Why did we add it there? Well, it depends on how you listen to things. For example, would a webinar in 17:15 sound good to you? Or when you see 7 a.m. or 7 p.m., you try to wonder what type of hours in the day. So in any case, based on how you have been used and what your team has been used in terms of the time format, this is where you can switch from the 24-hour, from military time, as we say, to the 12-hour format, so that way you work with AM and PM options. It's really good to accommodate the way that your people are already using things and the language that they use. So that is one addition that has been asked a lot, and we delivered. And Mary, what is the next big thing we're going to show them?
Yeah, let's stay on this screen. You asked for this, it's your favorite tool, and we have added it right here. You have the option to connect Microsoft Teams now as your conference tool. So in just a few clicks, you can connect Microsoft Teams with TalentLMS, and this will be your default web conferencing tool. You can organize conferences and live training sessions using Microsoft Teams. So select here Microsoft Teams, and I have prepared some slides to show you what you have to do next. After you select as an admin that you want to use Microsoft Teams, save your settings, switch to your instructor role. You will be able to see on the conferences, click on that, the option to connect with Microsoft Teams. You will be directed to Microsoft Teams to log in, but if you're already logged in, you see the second picture there. You will just need to hit the accept button so we can connect your account with TalentLMS. And every instructor has to do this alone. For example, if as a company we're working with Microsoft Teams, Theo will have his own account and I will have my own account. So it's important that I will log into TalentLMS with my profile and follow the steps to connect my Microsoft Teams account with my profile. So do this, and let's go now inside a course to remind you how to create a live session as part of the training. Switch to instructor and let's open a course. So we can add now from their list an instructor-led training unit. All you need is to follow into this page to pick on which day you would like to meet with your users. We give a name to that session. We have selected the day and the time. You can see who is the instructor. Right now, Theo is creating the session, so he's the moderator, but we could add someone else as the instructor and the moderator of the session. And we have to choose to create a webinar. Then click create a new webinar. When you click on that, whatever tool you have integrated in account settings, in your case, Microsoft Teams, in my case, Zoom, GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, big blue button, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have integrated, we will create automatically the session in your tool. You can set the duration. If you want, you can add a description and let's save. Let's preview. And just remember, it's just another unit in your course. The learners would have to still complete all the previous units, watch the videos, complete SCORM files, and then they reach the live meeting. They will have a button at the bottom of the screen so they can register to the session. Normally they book a seat alone, but if you want, you can help them and you can add them to the session yourself. 15 minutes before the session starts, they will be able to click on the join button. So you don't see a Microsoft Teams URL, you don't see a Zoom link. Again, it really depends on your conferencing tool there. They just see the join button, they click on that and they will be transferred to your tool, to your conference tool, so you can have the live session with them. And that's it.
Well, that's great. And actually, we have been asked a lot for Microsoft Teams. So now, when you set up your account, when you set up your portal as an admin and you configure all the setting, as Mary said, just remember if you're using Teams, just create equal instructor accounts in that tool for all of the people that would like to host live sessions in TalentLMS as instructors. So that way, the moment you add them into the account and you show them that they need to connect their own tool, they have everything they need to start delivering instructor-led training, blended courses within your own tool. So that way your learners have the features that they have already been used to, and your instructors have the option to use a tool that they know well, and they don't need to learn something from scratch just to hold a session. And with that said, we promised you that would be a very quick update, but we have left a lot of time for your questions. So I can see already that we have a couple of people asking questions. So I'm passing the mic to Mary and Elizabeth for all of the Q&A to be answered.
Hi, everyone again. So I see we have a lot of questions. Thank you for all of those. And actually, one of the most common questions we got is the following. Can we schedule the training matrix report? So actually, with your feedback, we added the export function to the training matrix report, but scheduling is not yet available. Although we know that the team is planning to implement that in the next release. So just stay tuned for that.
The next question, let me get this, Elizabeth. I see one from David. What languages are supported for captions? Actually, David, all the languages. It really depends on your file and what is the language you're using there. So you just need to upload it in TalentLMS. So if you have Spanish, we will have Spanish captions there.
Thanks, Mary. I saw another question. Let's answer that as well. It's from Candace. So Candace asks, is there a way to indicate if a course was assigned versus self-selected through the course catalog? So actually, I will need Theo's help for that. This is possible to see, Candace. You need to go to your portal as an administrator and access the timeline via reports. So there, this is your logs. You will find the event that you need to use is user added to course. So if we just type it there, added user to course, we will see the user who was added to the course and which way they were added to it. Was it via admin enrollment or via self-enrollment? So we know either they were added by an admin or they selected the course themselves via the catalog. So you're able to see that there.
The next question comes from Tally. It's a question about the live sessions. Can we add an additional instructor to the webinar? Unfortunately, no, this is not possible. We can only have one instructor and one moderator of the session. But of course, if you are using your own tool, so like Microsoft Teams or Zoom, afterwards on the session on your tool, you can invite alternative hosts. This is something that I know because I'm using Zoom. So I guess Microsoft Teams has the same and the other tools. So after you enter your conference tool, I guess you can invite people, but no, on TalentLMS, you can have one instructor and the rest must be learners. We save the learners here. We will have the list of them so we can easily then grade them and mark them as passed or failed. It's important for reports as well.
Great. Let's see another question here. It's from an anonymous sender. They ask, for the training matrix, why does the score option not show the SCORM scores? Will it show the SCORM score in the near future? My organization's course scores are only in SCORM 1.2. So actually, the SCORM score does not get included in the calculation of the average course score. This is why you cannot see it in the training matrix. But the team is trying to implement that. So we have an internal task for that. We do not know yet when exactly this will happen. But please feel free to send us an email because I don't have your name, unfortunately. So just send us an email. We can note your email and name, and we can inform you when this becomes available. So the team is thinking about making this happen to implement the score into the average course score. So we will let you know when this happens. And our email is trainingteam@talentlms.com. So just send us an email there and we'll let you know.
Great. Yes, please send us questions, send us your feedback. The next question, I'm sorry, I don't have your name, but you asked that I mentioned that the users would have to go through the entire course before attending the live session. Is this true? Actually, it depends on our settings. I'm sorry if I confuse you. Let's go into the course. The reason why I said that the learner have to go through the video, the SCORM file, and then the live session is because on the rules of that course, I have selected that all the units must be completed in a sequential order. So I'm not allowing them to skip units. I just prefer to build knowledge slowly. So it's better for them to not skip units. But if you would like them to skip some units, you can choose this option in any order.
Great. Let's see another question I have here from Daniela. So Daniela asks, is the file caption a regular Word document with typed scripts, or are there any tips on what kind of file it needs to be? So Daniela, you will need to use either an SRT file or a VTT file to upload your captions. It has to be that type.
Perfect. And a question from Robin, can we give access to the training matrix to our customers? I'm thinking a manager could use this. Well, an idea is to create your customer as an admin in TalentLMS. Perhaps your customer will have his own dedicated environment if you're using branches as well. And there he will have access to reports and the option to access training matrix report. But as Elizabeth mentioned in the beginning, in the future, we're planning to add the schedule option. I just want to show you this in another report. Maybe it will help you for now, but it's not available yet in Training Matrix. So let's open any report. Let's open this course report, and you will have the option to export and schedule a report. So in the future, we're planning to have the schedule option, so you can send the Training Matrix report directly to your customers. So you won't have to create an account for them. And you can add any email address. It doesn't have to be in the system to get the report, but at the moment you can see the schedule option for all the other types of reports, because we are currently working to create this feature also for training matrix.
Thank you, Mary. We have another question from Andrea. Andrea asks, I did not understand very well. Should we have a single Microsoft Teams account to link with TalentLMS? How do we do if there are several instructors? Thank you. That's a great question, Andrea. So actually, the first step you need to take is, as an admin, you go to account and settings, and you scroll down and you make sure that in conferences, you select Microsoft Teams. But after that, if you have multiple instructors, each of those needs to connect with their own Microsoft Teams account. So you have to go back as an instructor, and from your instructor role, you go to conferences and click on Connect with Microsoft Teams. This way, everyone can connect with their own account.
Next question comes from Kurt. We need an example of how you're using the live sessions, how this can be used. That's a good question, Kurt. We actually have a webinar for blended learning. If you have heard this term, it's very popular now. Since we cannot travel, commute that much. I don't know the situation there, but we're staying home most of the time. It's a good idea to have the training online, but still meet with the people. So one idea is to have a live session so you can all be at the same environment, live session, and meet with your users. Perhaps you want to use it as a Q&A session so people can ask questions live. They feel closer to the instructor. And it can be after you have provided some material. So they watch some things alone and then they join the session with their instructor and with their own classmates. Or you can start with that so they can meet the people and then they can move on and check their knowledge with a test or an assignment. So having a blended learning will give you a lot. And if you wish, again, you can send us a message at trainingteam@talentlms.com. We can share you the recording from the blended learning webinar.
Let's go with another question I have here from Joella. Joella asks, do we have to integrate with Teams for webinar training? This is not necessary. You can either integrate with Teams if you're using that tool, or you can use another tool that we offer. As an admin in account and settings again, we have all those options here. And if you don't want to use one of the other tools, you could also select the integrated video conference tool. It's actually the free version of Big Blue Button that we're using, so you're good to go with that.
Is the Captions tool available today? Yes, it is. And perhaps I missed it, but is there a way to enable captions on already created content? Yes, you just need to update your videos. Sorry, again, I don't have your name here. Just enter your course, edit to open this video and upload your captions file. And then the learners will choose alone whether they want to use it. They can turn it on and off whenever they want.
I see we have many questions about the integration actually. So that's great. Thanks a lot for your feedback and for all the questions. I see another one here. It's related to that from John. Can I have Zoom and Microsoft Teams at the same time? So no, it's not possible to have both integrations, but there is a workaround to that. So let's say you integrate with Zoom. So you select it again as an admin from account and settings, you go with Zoom. And you're using also Microsoft Teams. What you could do is you could create an instructor-led training unit as an instructor within your course. And when you select the type to be webinar, just make sure to not check the create a new webinar option. So this way, you can simply take the Microsoft Teams URL for your event and copy paste it to the description of your ILT session. So your users will know, they will click there and they'll be redirected to Teams.
A question from Canis. Is there a link where I can download all the previous webinars? If you're talking for our webinars, we're building right now our website so we can have all the webinars on one page. But we can send you, of course, the links so you can download them. If you're talking about your webinars, unfortunately, you cannot save them directly in TalentLMS. Because you're using your own conference tool, you will be able to save it either on your desktop or on the cloud, all the software that you're using. So you have to download it from there. But for our webinars, we will send you some links, Canis. I'm going to write down your name, so I will follow up after this.
These are great questions, by the way. And thank you so much for engaging with us because I can see questions coming and we already left a lot of time for questions, but there are more. Do you think we have a little bit more time for one or two more?
I think so, Theo.
Perfect.
Let's answer another one. I saw one here from Wade. So Wade asked, my employees are taking courses that were not assigned to them. So I'm thinking, maybe you have enabled the option, Wade, in user types as an admin for the users to be able to acquire courses from the catalog themselves. So maybe you will need to remove this permission from them, from the learner type. In the course catalog, just make sure to uncheck that option so they're not able to acquire courses themselves. And only admins and instructors can add them to courses. So maybe this is the issue here. But of course, if this doesn't work, if it's something else, just feel free to send us an email and we will help you with that. We will investigate it a bit more.
And do we have time for more? Yes. Actually, it's not a question. I'm sorry. It's a feedback we got from John. Um, John is asking if it's possible to add more control over the captions in the future. So we could allow the learners, for example, to choose their own language from a list, which is a great idea, or the ability to change the text size in the background. I'm not the technical person to give you an answer now, but I will make sure that our team will hear about this, what you think about captions and how we can improve this feature. And I just want to invite all of you, if you have ideas and it will help us improve the platform, just let us know. We gather them all in our internal tasks. We discuss this with our developers team. So if this is something that you all want, we will try our best to include this in our future releases. So John, I wrote down your name again and I will let you know.
This is great, and thank you everybody for providing us with your questions. Of course, if you have more, we have already shared our email into the chat, but you can definitely write us at trainingteam@talentlms.com. And this is the last webinar that we have for you this summer. Of course, we will not stop doing them. Actually, we will bring you more in September, but we want you to be able to enjoy a little bit of time off, and hopefully we will do as well. So feel free to stay tuned for September. We will bring lots of new things for you. And of course, I would like to thank a lot Mary and Elizabeth for all the questions and the answers that they have taken great care of. Thank you so much. Happy and successful training to everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.